Highly gifted, my jacket's thrifted. Watch me get a pattern shifted, just acting different. Living in my minutes, I'm catalytic. That's why they love to jack the style like it's on a Civic.
Are you a little curious about the perfect academic path for you? Future Ready, episode 7, which you've just clicked on, lays out Boston's incredible array of programs. You can learn how each course is designed for your future in mind. Keep watching, I hope you enjoy it. So we've been speaking a lot about higher education generally, we've been speaking about what that looks like, but can you break down a little bit about like what is Boston set up? What is Boston setting up? What am I coming to do to get here? Like we started off, to your point, there was a strong accounting background from what you've said, like a lot of accounting stuff that we used to do. What do we now do? What does that look like?
Okay, so on that ladder, we spoke about the higher certificate diplomas, degrees. We have a broad repertoire in higher certificates. So at broad repertoire, we have higher certificates in accounting, in business management, in marketing management, in human resources, in travel and tourism, in hospitality, in logistics and supply chain, in paralegal practice, and in financial services,
right,
by way of example. And then we also on the humanities side, we have a wonderful program in HIV/AIDS, counseling and management. So there's a broad repertoire to decide you want to go the legal route further, you want to be pure commerce and very specialized in commerce, are you interested more in the NGO space?
Yep.
So there's a broad repertoire of vocational interests and practical interest that's attended to. And at the same vein, if you step up, we have a range of diplomas in business management, in marketing, right, that furthers that specialization.
Sure.
In IT, in network systems and systems development, in human resources, in events management, and in accounting. Okay. To further up the workforce prowess and abilities it serves. And then to step up on the degree level, we have Bachelor in Accounting, okay, we have a Bachelor in Management and Marketing, a Bachelor in Human Resource Management, a Bachelor of Commerce in Law, and a Bachelor of Social Sciences.
Right.
And particularly in our Bachelor of Social Sciences, we're also very fond of the program because there's a small element of commerce and management in there, in order to be that future ready. Yeah. To say, yes, you may become a researcher, but you have project management responsibilities. Sure. Or yes, you'll go into the NGO space, but you'll have some human resource responsibilities. So in that vein, it enarmors or prepares to be future ready. And then as a side note to that, we have an advanced diploma in adaptive leadership. So advanced diplomas on this rung sits in parallel with a degree. It's a level 7, but it's unique because it's 1 year, 120 credits at a 7.
Right.
And what advanced diplomas really do is you can move from a diploma to an advanced diploma.
Right.
And then on to postgrad, if you so desire, instead of necessarily having to go back to a degree,
for 3 years.
Or 1.5 years or 2 years. So it's but what advanced diplomas also represent is, it's a moment for you with or without a degree or with a postgrad to also consider new things to learn. So the example is the adaptive leadership we think through as a cutting-edge interpretation of thinking of leadership on all in relation to all 3 pillars of society, which is the non-profit, the commercial, and the governmental. To say, look how leadership in the modern context, in an adaptive setting, what are those skills and theories enable successful in all 3 of these spheres of society, so to speak. And we have many students from diverse backgrounds in their, call it mid-30s, engineer, by way of example again, there's others who've come back to acquire those skills,
Sure.
to use that in remastering their own talent management and their skills in leading organizations and teams. So it's advanced diploma serves two needs, either for the diploma graduate to move forward and or to just acquire a high focus specialization on top of what you've already earned as a useful combination in your overall skill sets.
Thank you so much for watching episode 7. So here's the thing, right? When we think about higher education, it usually feels like there's a start date and an end date, right? There's kind of a sort of a feeling that there's a finality about it. But the truth is that there is a future. There's a future for Boston and there's a future for you. So join us for episode 8. We're going to chart the course of the future of Boston, and that sort of shows up the possibilities as well as the opportunities for students like you. So join us then.